Life in prison.
What goes through the minds of teenage convicts when they receive a life sentence, knowing they may never set foot outside prison walls again? These young individuals, on the cusp of adulthood, face a stark and unforgiving reality. Join us as we delve into the most disturbing reactions of teenage convicts as they come to terms with a lifetime behind bars. Brandon Spencer. Let's step back to the year 2012, where Halloween was in full swing on the vibrant campus of the University of Southern California. Amidst the joy and revelry, a pivotal moment was unfolding in the life of a 19-year-old named Brandon Spencer. In a shocking twist of events, Brandon made a decision that would send ripples through time. He did something that would forever change his destiny. In an act of violence that stunned everyone present, he aimed a weapon into the crowd, shattering the festive atmosphere. Thankfully, no lives were lost on that fateful night, but the consequences of his actions were deeply felt. 4 individuals suffered injuries, their lives forever marked by the traumatic experience. The legal system swiftly moved into action, determined to hold Brandon accountable for his dangerous behavior.
What happened, Your Honor, but life in prison. And I'm not a bad person, but I made mistakes. But I'm not just some gangbanger that she tried to betray me at.
It wasn't just one count of attempted murder, it was a staggering 4 counts, a stark reminder of the seriousness of his actions and the potential harm he had caused. As the trial unfolded, the evidence against Brandon was overwhelming. It serves as a somber testament to the enduring scars left by that night of gunfire. Jennifer Mee. Once upon a time, there was a girl named Jennifer Mee who became famous because she couldn't stop hiccuping. People from all over the internet knew her for this strange condition. But as life can be unpredictable, her hiccups eventually went away. When her hiccups were gone, Jennifer's life started to get tough. She missed the attention and struggled to go back to her normal life. Sadly, she made a terrible decision. Feeling desperate, she chose a criminal path, hoping it would help her keep the fancy life she once had. In a sad and shocking twist, Jennifer planned a robbery that ended in tragedy. A person named Shannon Griffin lost their life in this horrible event. This crime not only hurt many people, but also changed Jennifer's life forever.
I have a free call from
Jennifer Mee. I got charged for murder in the first degree.
Charged for murder in the first degree?
Yes, sir.
Who did you kill?
I didn't do nothing. I was just there at the wrong time, at the wrong place.
Inside the courtroom, Jennifer couldn't hold back her tears. She felt sorry for what she had done, but it was too late. Her actions had already caused so much pain and had consequences that would stay with her forever. Jackson Shondell. Imagine being just 19 years old with a bright future ahead, studying film at the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee. That was Nathan Potter's life, full of potential and dreams. But one day, tragedy struck when he became the target of a ruthless robbery. 2 individuals, both just 19 and 20 years old, Jackson Shondell and Derek J. Thomas, saw Nathan as an easy target for their criminal plans. During the robbery, things took a horrifying turn when Nathan was shot in the chest, tragically ending his life. What's even more disturbing is the complete absence of remorse from Jackson, the one responsible for this senseless act of violence. Inside the courtroom, during the trial, Jackson's behavior shocked everyone present. It wasn't just disrespectful, it was deeply unsettling and enraging. When the judge pronounced Jackson's sentence of life in prison without any chance of parole, instead of feeling remorseful, he erupted in curses. Dylan Schumacher. Picture this, a 17-year-old tasked with babysitting a crying toddler. Dylan Schumacher found himself in this situation, struggling to cope with the relentless tears of young Austin, who was on the brink of turning 2. The frustration of dealing with the incessant crying pushed Dylan over the edge. In a moment, tainted by anger and impatience, something unthinkable happened. Dylan's rage got the best of him, and he subjected little Austin to unimaginable abuse. This heartbreaking incident shook the very foundations of compassion and empathy. The legal response was swift and unyielding. Dylan Schumacher faced charges of second-degree murder and child abuse as the justice system sought to hold him accountable for his horrifying actions. It was in the courtroom that the full extent of Dylan's disturbing indifference to the consequences of his violent outburst came to light. Throughout the trial, his demeanor and words painted a haunting picture.
I would give my life for Austin. I loved him a lot.
Actually, I really didn't.
Face the judge.
I really think I did that. I didn't mean to hurt him.
Will show that you admitted that on July 23, 2013, in a phone call to your mother from the holding center, you stated,
Martys Fuller. In the roller coaster of teenage emotions, heartbreak can lead to unthinkable tragedies. His ex-girlfriend, Kaylee Juga, and her mother, Stephanie Huger, became the unintended targets of his anger and sorrow. In a shocking burst of violence, Martys unleashed his fury on Kaylee and Stephanie. The results were swift and devastating. Kaylee lost her life, and Stephanie was left with deep physical and emotional scars. But what happened inside that courtroom sent shivers down the spines of those who watched. Throughout the trial, Martys clung to his claim of innocence, despite mounting evidence pointing straight at him. The courtroom should have been a place for remorse and accountability, but he seemed untouched by the weight of his deeds. It was this chilling absence of remorse, this refusal to accept responsibility for the tragedy he caused, that left an indelible mark on everyone present. His actions spoke louder than words, showing a young man unwilling to face the consequences of his choices. When the gavel fell and the sentence was declared, the courtroom stood as a haunting reminder of the enduring impact of heartbreak, anger, and violence. Martys Fuller was sentenced to life in prison without parole, a fate sealed by his own actions and the haunting void of remorse.
But I watched as Mrs. Juga, the woman you attempted to kill, testified bravely, while you showed not one semblance of compassion or remorse.
This tragedy serves as a stark lesson in the devastating consequences that can stem from struggling to cope with the complex emotions of youth, leaving scars that may never heal. In the harsh spotlight of these stories, we witness a diverse range of reactions from teenage convicts facing life sentences. Some remain defiant and unrepentant, while others are emotionally charged and remorseful. The courtroom, in these instances, becomes a stage where the consequences of their actions play out, compelling us to confront challenging questions about justice, accountability, and the human capacity for change. As we reflect on these narratives, we invite you to consider the following. How do these stories shape your perspective on the rehabilitation and punishment of young offenders? Share your insights and thoughts in the comments section below.